Time out with Michael and Tony.
Hello.
How is everybody tonight?
Everybody is
Today.
going well.
I always say tonight.
Yeah.
Because where it's nighttime. And then those people that are listening, they're like, what up with that?
It's still playing.
I know.
The music doesn't want to die.
I ended it. So, thank you for every person, robot, dog that
Ducks.
listens to our show. We are extremely grateful for everything that you do. We appreciate it very much. And all of those that listen and watch our live stream, thank you very much. We appreciate whether you listen morning, noon, or night. And it's very humbling. Thank you. Sponsors, SeatGiant.com.
Boom.
And I guess let's touch on this real quick. Coronavirus, it's coming with a storm now, kind of with everything. They just canceled the NCAA tournament.
The world is over.
I know. They didn't cancel the tournament. There's no fans can go in. It's going to be limited to players. It's going to be limited to coaches, staff, and extended family members is what I've read. They were going to have an NBA game tonight with the Jazz and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They canceled that because Rudy Gobert has been tested positive with the coronavirus. He feels good. He's okay. And so they shut that game down, and then the NBA just suspended all the games. And it looks like they kind of were going to go two ways. They were going to play the games without any fans, which I think Golden State has already done, and or they would suspend the NBA season. So bummer, because I was going to go to a game in a couple weeks to the Spurs, dang it, and the Jazz. So
it's only the Spurs though.
It's only the Spurs, right? But yeah, dang it. So SeatGiant.com, it's kind of out right now, but I mean, it's still out there. They still sponsor us. We appreciate it. So if you want to do concerts, events, sporting things like that, go to SeatGiant.com, type in the promo code timeout and receive a discount. Also, our main affiliate sponsor is Aspen Cinemas. We want to thank them so much. We kind of had a proud moment the other night.
Yeah, it was great.
Yesterday, right? Yep.
Yeah.
That was Tuesday.
Yes.
I was so stoked. Anyway, we were able to get a ad up in the theater, and you get to see our wonderful mugs.
Yeah. For free.
For free.
I mean, with the purchase of a movie, but otherwise for free.
So that was way cool. I'm just super excited about all that. And here it is, Aspen Cinemas here in Evanston, Wyoming. Thank you so much for sponsoring us and our show. We couldn't make this possible without you. And let's see, right now playing at their theater is Onward, in The Invisible Man, and The Call of the Wild. Things coming up is A Quiet Place Part 2, Mulan, Peter Rabbit 2, No Time to Die, and Trolls World Tour. Some good stuff. I went and watched Onward yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Cried like a big baby.
Can I point something out?
Go ahead.
So when we first had like one of these emotional conversations, you told me that you were not a crier. You told me that you were not like an emotional guy. And over the past 2 weeks, there's been a handful of stories where like, oh yeah, I cried. I cried.
It's very rare when I cry.
He's a teddy bear. Let the record show. I just stuttered so hard right there. He's a teddy bear.
I am a teddy bear. No, it just really got me. I won't give out any spoilers, but it did. It got me right at the.
There was something sad.
I was like, I'm a rock and yep, bald.
Wow.
And I cried.
I've never cried in a cartoon before.
No.
I got too much street cred for that.
That's funny. Oh, see, Christian, he cried too. You cried, Christian?
If you cried during the movie Onward, post something in the chat.
I cried. It's such a fun movie. It's a cute movie. Of course, I love Disney, so it was really when we got to that point, I'm like, please don't, please no. Yep, cried. Yeah. And I was like, there's like 3 parts to the whole part of crying. And and I was okay. I was kind of okay. And then the next part came. I'm like, oh man. And then the last part,
wow,
broke me. It
Wow.
broke me.
It broke you.
Ivan Drago. It wasn't even Ivan Drago. Oh, well,
I didn't cry. Ooh.
she did not cry.
She didn't cry, but you cried. It's okay. Dudes can cry. There's nothing wrong with crying, fellas. Let your tears fall out of your face.
You're right. So tonight's episode is weightlifting. This whole month we are trying to do a podcast, all of our podcast stuff that is related to exercise, fitness, all of that stuff. Something that we've noticed between the two of us is January is really easy. You get into it, you make a New Year's resolution, you're ready to be, it's just that's like the what would I want to call it? It's like the unspoken thing that January is when you start your stuff.
Yeah.
And then February comes and you're into a routine, you're doing everything, it's good, you're doing your stuff, but then something comes up, whether it be family, whether it be work, whether it just something comes up and you're like, I'm okay. I've been doing it for a month.
Yeah.
I'm all right to skip this one day.
Sure.
And then you skip the next day, and then it becomes you're back into your old routine.
Right.
March is one of the hardest ones because you're back into your old routine. And so we figured that March would be a good time to do this.
Yeah. March feels like a downhill slope,
right?
Not in the sense like it's getting easier, but just like your motivation. There's a weird like 2.5 to 3 month cap on motivation. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So we thought that we would put together a series of podcasts for this month to try to help you out. Last week we did bodyweight fitness.
Yeah.
And that was part 2 of Tony's bodyweight fitness program and routine.
Yeah.
We have his first one that was like way back when we first began.
Oh, so many moons ago.
So many episodes
when we were
ago.
just kids, really.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried to get a couple of our people that we are affiliated within the gyms to come in here and talk a little bit, but they're busy. And
they're on other podcasts.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I get it. I understand. So we're gonna go over weightlifting tonight.
Yeah.
We'll try to give you some of the stuff that we've learned, some of the things that we have just years of watching it. I'm not a huge bodybuilder. I'm not I don't look like I am at the gym 24/7 like some, and you don't necessarily have to look like that, but there's just some knowledge that we have a little bit between the both of us. So we'd like to try to share that, and if it helps you, awesome. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Disclaimer, we may be wrong on some things.
Yeah. And if you're on this podcast and you have some insight to some of this stuff, throw it up in the comments. Our mods will try to help answer some of those things if we're not, because we're going to dive into this, and it's just, we're going to be a tractor beam into it, and we might not see your comments up there. So yes, Jason is at the gym. So chime in, Jason, at any point in time during your workout for the weightlifting portion of this whole thing. So here we go.
Nice. Awesome. So last week, Michael, kind of the format of the show is Michael interviewed me a little bit. So we're going to kind of flip flop it. Michael does more weightlifting with, equipment more so than I do. So I'm going to bounce some of these questions off. If you have any questions on weightlifting or anything like that, regardless if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, feel free to put that up in the chat. And then we also have other guys. I mean, Jason himself is in the chat too. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and somebody will try to answer them, preferably in English. Okay. It was a joke. No one laughed.
I was laughing inside.
Okay. So here's something. First question. We haven't really touched on this very much, at all. What are your thoughts on pre-workouts? Do, don't?
I think I think it's something that helps you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're going to want to do a pre-workout and you've never done a pre-workout before, ask somebody if you could try it. Go to GNC. Go. They'll give you a sample. of it and try it. Something that you see with pre-workout and that you feel with a pre-workout is the tingling, the thermogenics that pre-workout gives you. There's a ton of them out there. There's some that are amazing. There's some that are just like, I didn't like that. Find what's best for you. I mean, there are some that are right there to the top that everybody's using. Like a lot of things I've seen out there with C4. Things of that nature. These are our opinions, by the way. So there's no sponsors or plugs on that, just so we don't get in trouble by any of those people, but simply our opinion on all this. But I would say pre-workout is amazing, especially if you feel like you're sluggish in a workout and you're really wanting to go after it. I do like a pre-workout, but where I have high blood pressure, I have to be careful of that because it jacks you up. I mean, it just. Is
it like a caffeine high? I've never taken pre-workout.
Maybe like a caffeine high.
Okay.
It just you feel that there's no down. There's no. It's I would say like an energy drink type of thing, like your Bangs. Bang was really formulated for the gym.
Okay.
So I mean, it's got creatine in it and all of those other things, BCA, all those things, good healthier things.
Right.
But I would say that as far as a pre-workout goes, I liked C4 myself only because after my workout, I didn't drop so hard. Like I came down pretty smooth. Some other pre-workouts that I had tried, and I couldn't even tell you the two that I did try before because it's been that long since I've used those two pre-workouts. And they were just suggested by the people at GNC. And I tried them and I was just like, yep, I don't like that one. Nope, I don't like that one. And I tried this. John Porter, in fact, told me about C4. He owns Porter's Fireworks, and he's helped me through some of my things too. He said, try this. You don't get that like huge drop. And like Jason said right there, most are very high in caffeine, 500 milligrams. I mean, it goes up.
So
there.
like 20, 30 minutes and you're like,
so they tell you to take it 20 to 30 minutes before your workout.
Wow.
And I can tell you when I start taking it, thanks, Becky. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll have this on for you to listen to, for that. She's cooking. You're probably cooking something fabulous, aren't you?
Hey, real quick. I just want to, point out Kim. So Kim, this month, we're talking about fitness, but we typically talk about a whole slew of things. So this is just fitness month.
Cars.
Welcome.
Jelly beans.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's, I liked the pre-workout, but I've since moved away from it because I don't want to stroke out on the gym floor because it does jack me. Like I said, when I start taking it 5-10 minutes before, I can start to feel the tingliness all over my body, and my body starts to get like warm, like a warm sensation, like I'm going through a hot flash.
Wow.
And then, but once I start going and working out, I don't notice that tingle. I don't notice that hot flash, whatever. I just feel like I'm focused and in the zone with that. So I do like it. I don't think it's for everyone.
Sure.
So again, be cautious on what you're going to pick if you're going to do a pre-workout.
Yeah. And also like what Mike said, like if you have high blood pressure, you should investigate any of this stuff before just taking it.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to just be like passing out from the gains. All right. Next question. We haven't really talked on this. This is so like on the West Coast, there's like, the Shakeology supplements, all these things, protein shakes, all these jazz. What are your thoughts on all of that?
I think it really depends on what your program is, really. I mean, are you wanting to bulk up? Are you wanting to have tons of gains? To taking a protein powder, you get those big scoops and you have to have like 10 of them a day.
Yeah.
Eggs and chicken and all those high protein foods that are out there. You can have that, or you can have a protein shake. So, so Carrie, we'll go back to that real quick on the
the nicotine. What's it say?
Niacin.
Yep. Man, I'm blind.
Yeah.
I believe the tingle is from
the niacin.
Niacin.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's that's what the pre-workout does. As far, Shakeology, I tried that. There's a bunch of things out there. It works. Shakeology, Atkins, there's a ton of those things that you can all do on all that. And again, it just really depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're just, I don't think that a protein shake is bad, because one thing when you're weightlifting is you want to replenish your body after you've done those things, and they say that you should have some sort of protein, whether it be a shake or whether it be some tuna fish or some chicken or anything protein wise. I've heard a lot of people talk about 20 to 30 minutes after your workout you need to get that, replenish your body. So it's just a good stepping stone for you to have. That's something that I would, I try to follow. Try to, when I'm doing in my weightlifting stuff. So part of my program right now is weightlifting, and then the second portion is more circuit training.
Okay.
And so when I'm doing my weightlifting, I'm making sure I'm trying to, have that protein right after my workout. To put right back into my body.
So. That's good. So let's go on from here. What does a normal workout week look like for you?
So are we talking about like right now or in general, or?
Well, yeah, like right now.
So right now, like I'm going through a 90-day plan. And so I started off with your body weight training. It was so awesome. It strengthened my core. I mean, you can't tell that my core is amazing, but my core is so much better. My back is so much better. My knees are so much better because of the body. Like all those movements for, has a month and a half, almost 2 months of doing all that. Has strengthened everything for me to go back in there. So now doing squats, I mean, my back feels amazing. Doing lunges, my back and my knees feel so good. Doing the pull-ups and doing the push-ups, my shoulders have always been okay, but there's always a time where it like starts to be tender and it's sore. They're great. So right now, my typical workout right now is Monday. I do an arm upper body workout. On Tuesday, I do a leg routine. And at the end of both of those, I have a HIIT training for it's about 12 minutes, and it's 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and then I'm just done. And the routine is not meant to be a long routine. It's meant to be a short routine right now.
Is it like high intensity?
It is. Yeah, I mean, I'm only having 30 seconds rest in between of all of my stuff, and then in between all of my sets, in between my reps, 30 seconds. In between my sets, about a minute and a half. But some of them are doubled up. Some of them, like I do a bench press and then I go right into a shoulder press.
So superset.
We're adding that into there. So it's really, really fun to do that. I do like doing those because I don't like just sitting in the gym. I don't like sitting there. It freaks me out. I don't like that.
Do you think people are watching you?
Well, not really just watching me. I feel like I'm not doing anything.
Oh, no.
So I do like this thing. Wednesday starts my circuit training where it's like high knees, lunges, jumping jacks. I mean, it's just a 1, 2, 3 circuit, 1, 2, 3 circuit, 1, 2, 3 circuit. And then Thursday is a rest day. Friday and Saturday back into the same circuit training again. So like I'll do some sit-ups, I'll do dips, it's just, again, it's more like body weight fitness actually on those 3 days, which is really fun because now I'm really into those moves like a Russian twist, or I'm doing pike elevated push-ups, and so that's great. Sunday rest. And then back at it on Monday.
So you follow up, I mean, that's pretty much what some people would consider like a bro split. Right. So what would you say? So for example, like doing my body weight, right? I do a push routine, pull routine, legs, and then I take a rest day and then push, pull, legs, right? I know people that lift weights that follow something similar, right? Where they'll do a push, a pull, and legs, rest day, push, pull, legs. What do you think the benefit is of doing a bro split versus more of like a push, pull type of routine? If there is any, do you think it's more preference, or do you think it is, because I asked this because I took a week away from the calisthenics and I joined Michael at the gym and I said, hey, can you be a free trainer for me and teach me how to lift weights because I haven't lifted weights since high school. And he came down and he corrected my form and, showed me how to do certain things and everything. But the program that I was following was definitely a bro split.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And it was way good, annihilated me, but it was way, way good. So I'm wondering, is there a benefit when lifting weights of following that?
In my years of lifting and doing all of that, I just think it is I think it's a benefit because you're going in and doing like an upper body routine. So you're doing, you might be doing shoulders and back.
Sure.
Now you're giving your back and your shoulders time to heal, because basically what you're doing when you're lifting and your weightlifting is you're going in there and you're ripping your muscles.
Yeah, you're shredding them
and tearing them apart, and then they have to repair. So then you want all that blood to come back into there, and repair all of it. But then that's what starts to make them bigger. That's so you get the swole.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for the swole.
Yeah.
So depending on what you're doing, so to me, I think it's good because if you go in there and you just form is everything, and we'll get into that later in the stuff. But having proper form is more important than having heavy. I'm lifting 35 pounds. 45 pounds. Now I'm at 100. Form is everything.
Yeah.
So I think if you just do an arm routine all week, eventually you're going to wear your arm out.
Sure.
And your form is going to falter. And what are you actually working?
Right.
Jason, can you throw that up there? Do you think that a bro split is good? Do you think that switching it up, with your leg routine, with your back routine, your arm routine, chest, all of those things, do you think that that's something that is important? Or do you think you should do chest all week and then next week you do all legs? And to me, it's very rare to see somebody in the gym doing
like a push-pull leg.
No, I've never seen anybody just do legs all day. I've never seen anybody do, arms and chest all week. I guess it should be all week, not all day, but I've never seen anybody just like go through that. Maybe they do. I don't know. I've never been in a gym that I've seen them do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, for your muscles to repair themselves, you have to give them time to repair. I mean, your body works. You have to give your body rest. You can't just go. Eventually you're going to break it down and it's going to be no good.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
That's
on
good.
That. I think
that's good. And I just one key, one point I want to make on the, what you said going into proper form, because I'm going to ask you on proper form. When Michael was kind of coaching me through these things, like, for example, I was doing like overhead press with dumbbells and I just walked over and grabbed like these 30s or 35s or something. And Michael was like, start with these, and handed me like 15s. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, but I'm going to tell you what, he ensured that I had proper form. And because I had proper form, even if I was lifting light weights, man, I felt like such a noob because my arms just weren't there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, we all go into the gym. We've all lifted before. Most of us.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody, but those of you that have lifted before, take a step back.
Yeah.
Start at the beginning and work your way up to it. Yeah, you used to be able to put 50s on those dumbbells and go. You used to put 45 or plates on your bench and you could go bam. Don't start there. Start light, because if you hurt yourself, you injure yourself, you're done. Yeah. It's over. You can work yourself up to that. Know that you have the good, form.
Yeah.
Before you add the weight.
Yeah. Real quick. Oh, so Jason commented real quick before we read Kim's. He said, it's good to have, can you make that bigger? My old eyes can't see that far. It's good to have a few different workouts: bro split, push, pull, deload, burnout, shock. Go with one for 3 months, then change for 3 months. Yo, muscle confusion is a serious thing. And it's way good. Yeah. It's way good. Yeah. I bounce between weighted calisthenics, gymnast rings, and regular, just on the floor. And that's broken me through some plateaus. So yeah, Jason, that's good. Like, muscle confusion is fantastic
and huge for 3 months. 3 months is kind of like that nice timeline right there. Again, because your muscles and your body start to adapt.
Sure.
And then, like you said, confuse it. Boom, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, I read a book one time with Dwayne Johnson.
Sure.
That's The Rock's brother.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What did I read? The Rock's book and it was Dwayne's brother? I can't. Anyway.
Okay.
he said, I do all this stuff and then I go have I eat clean and I'm good. And then I go have a large pizza and like 5 beers.
Yeah.
And it just rocks his system. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on? Because he's been clean eating for so long.
Right.
And it just changes it up. And then your body's like, oh, I better get it into overdrive again. It flips it.
Yeah.
Same with your muscles and your workout.
Right.
So
yeah. Thanks, Jason. Can you blow up Kim's comment there right above that?
Blow up Kim's comment.
Yeah. So what about middle-aged, non-active people? How do you start? I think we both comment on this. My advice there would be to identify what it is that you're wanting to achieve. If you're wanting general strength, mobility, flexibility, are you wanting better cardio? No matter what you pick, it could differ. It could change. And
Absolutely.
there's lots. I mean, you could talk to Michael and I, Miss Kim. You could talk to other people Once you identify that, it helps make things more clear. Even Carrie can help. Kayla can help. You have a lot of people around you that can help kind of guide you if you're looking at picking something up. Absolutely. What are your thoughts? Nothing. You nailed it. It depends on what you want, what you're looking for.
I'm not looking to get huge and big. All I want to do is cut everything up and have a chest. Jason, can you help me? Thanks. Appreciate it. Anyway, we'll go to the next thing. But find out what you want. Do you want more cardio? Do you want more strength? Do you want more flexibility? There are so many things. That question is loaded. Thanks for giving us a loaded question, Kim. Because there's so much to it. And I would say, as far as middle-aged, non-active people, how do you start? Slow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slow. Start very slow with very minimal stuff to know. And again, we'll get into that as we go through. So hopefully that'll help. Yeah.
So we're going to go into some more beginner type questions here.
Weightlifting 101.
Weightlifting, weightlifting 101. Just some things to keep in the back of your brain if you're looking at starting. These are some real good key items to just always be mindful of, right? Proper form, Michael. Thoughts?
Key. You have to perform a proper form during every exercise. And this is where body weight fitness really is a good thing, because you start off with nothing. There's no weights involved.
You are the weight.
Which has really helped me in my weightlifting journey that I've noticed as far as doing proper form. Start with a lightweight. Make sure you have the form down perfect before you start to add the weight. Yes, we knew we could lift 20s, but let's start with 10s. Make sure our form is right, then move up. Add an extra set to yourself if you need to. Slowly work your way up, I think.
With calisthenics, there's kind of a unspoken rule that if you can master the form and do between 12 to 15 reps with perfect form, then it's time to challenge yourself with that, right? Go to the next progression above.
Right.
Would the same be true for weightlifting before you should consider upping the weight?
Absolutely, because injuring yourself is not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it to you. It's not worth it to you're not impressing anybody by injuring yourself. If you go over there and you start doing weightlifting and you injure yourself, everybody gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
Everybody started somewhere. Look, Jason is a very fit person in our gym, and if anybody's been to Flex Fitness and they've seen Jason has worked at this for years. It's not something that just happened overnight for Jason. And I know that he would attest to that he started with 10s, and then he moved to 25s, and then he moved to 35s, and then he moved to 45s. And I have seen Jason is a fit guy.
Yeah.
I've seen Jason with 15s. It's not about impressing anybody. Don't try to impress anybody in there, go in there and try to lift all this weight. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But for you to prevent injury, just get good form. Work on that first, and then you can start to move yourself up. And you will thank yourself later. You will thank yourself later that you know the proper form, because that's going to help you lift heavier weight with proper form.
Right.
Because you're using the proper muscles. You're not out there using the wrong muscle. Like when they tell you to lift with your legs, not your back, there's a reason. that you want to lift with your legs, not your back.
Yeah.
So I would say that's proper form.
Yeah. Awesome.
You need to have that.
Awesome. And then Jason commented here too, said, I agree. Body weight, learn form, quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Really echoes what you were saying basically too. So how much research, would you suggest somebody like, you know what I mean? Like how would you suggest somebody just go to the gym, grab some weights and just try? Or
no.
Okay.
I would say get with somebody in your local, if you're going to do weights.
Yeah.
If you're going to do weights and you've never done this before, find somebody that has.
Yeah.
So they can be there to spot you, so they can be there to help you, to guide you.
Yeah.
These people don't have to be personal trainers. If you can find that person, and there are people in our gym that are personal trainers that do charge, you can get with them, but they're also cool people. They're rad people, and they're going to help you go in there and do a whole, if you're struggling, hey, can you show me how to do this? They're not going to be rude, especially at our gym, Flex Fitness. Same people over at 7K are there. They're all there to help you. They do charge for some things, but there's some really good people out there. They're going to help you out. So I would say if you're going to go into a weightlifting training program, you find what you want to do. Go research it. There's a lot of programs out there. There's a lot of really good programs out there. Start it. If it's good for you and you like it and you like where it's going, continue. If you don't, find something different.
Right.
Don't continue doing something you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cody put up here on the live chat, I usually go like 15 pounds less than I have. Good form, and it's the best rep possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's good.
So moving into that knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowledge on what you're going to do. Understand where you are at as far as your body is. Mm-hmm. If you don't know that, then you're going to hurt. Okay. Know your limits, know your maxes, set realistic, goals and obtainable goals. Don't do something crazy. Don't think that you can go out there and look like Ryan Reynolds. Don't think you can go out there and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger right away. That's unrealistic. Have something that's realistic. Set a small goal. I want to be able to lift, for the first month, I want to be able to get in there and do the bench press, and I want to do steady 25s. Yeah. Or whatever you're going to do. Just make that a thing. No one cares what you're lifting. They're not looking over there and going, man, he's a wuss. He's not very strong.
I do. I'm just kidding.
I know you do. You judge me every day in there. It's so frustrating.
It's a joke.
No, but if you set your standards too high, you're gonna get frustrated, and it's not gonna help you in your fitness journey. So set them low, not low, but set them where realistic.
Sure.
I need to remember that. Realistic. Not low, realistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't know the answer to this question, but I'm just gonna say you showed me a warm-up routine that I still use, right? Yes. Since that 1 week. I use that every single time. So why don't you talk about your typical warm-up and cool down, or at least your suggested warm-up and cool down?
That you warm your body up before you do anything.
Yeah.
Stretch. Use get like 2 or 3 minutes on a treadmill. Get your body moving. Get those juices flowing, get something going. When I do my arm routine, this is something that Courtney Thompson's taught me.
Yeah.
Go out there and get a band and, pull the band. You get your muscles that you're going to be engaging. Do that. Carrie actually has a really good warm-up routine for anybody that wants to see. The old owners, Kim, she got that from a class that she did that Kim did for her. And it's a really cool routine that she does that gets her body moving, but also stretches her. I mean, I've done it a couple times. You haven't seen it, but I have. Even that warm up that you gave me in the Bodyweight Fitness.
Yeah.
That's a really fun workout or warm up routine that gets you going, gets everything just warmed up. Warm yourself up. If you're going to do legs, stretch your legs, do some stretching on that, bend down, do some, your body weight squats, do some things that that can warm up your muscles before you get into that heavy weight.
Right.
Because if not, you're going to make your you're going to make your muscles angry. That's the best way to put it. Your muscles will be angry. Your body will be angry.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't warm up, I mean, just expect to injure yourself. Last year I ripped my rhomboid, and that was terrible.
The what? The who?
Rhomboid. It's a muscle where your wings should be. And that was terrible. And it's because I was doing a 100 push-up challenge for 30 days, every day, 100 push-ups, and I ripped it because I didn't warm up before any time. So
yeah,
warm up.
Slowly activate your muscles. That's kind of activate your muscles is a good thing.
Yeah.
Jump rope, body squats, elliptical, pull-ups, push-ups.
Yeah.
You know, he comes in every day.
Yeah.
He's there and he rips out 15, 20 pull-ups.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on gym etiquette? Because I feel like you and I both are sticklers.
Gym etiquette. It's like bowling etiquette. You know, when you go up to bowl, if there's somebody already up there bowling, you wait. It's no.
Listen to that, everyone who bowls.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Don't be the guy that everyone hates, you know? Mm-hmm. If you're the new kid on the block, or even if you're the person that's been there for a while, don't be that person.
Yeah.
Okay. There are certain things that people just don't like. I sometimes fall into this category because I work out during my lunch period.
Okay.
I guess it's not a lunch period because I'm not in school, but my lunch break, or generally after work when everybody's getting off of work and there's still some things to follow up on. And Christian's watching; he's my boss. No, anyway, don't be on your cell phone talking in a conversation about things. There was a couple times where I had a conversation in the gym and I had to step out.
Yeah,
because no one wants to hear your conversation. They don't care. Most everybody has headphones in now.
Sure,
but there are a select few people in there that don't have headphones. They just kind of listen to the music that's on, and they don't want to hear your conversation. They don't care.
Yeah,
have that etiquette not to talk about your friends' babies' troubles with pooping, or I don't know, just leave that conversation somewhere else. You can talk about that. A lot of people actually have been bringing iPods back to the gym because it's not their cell phone.
Sure.
They can't get interrupted. It's hard to be in a routine and get interrupted. And like I said, I don't like to be interrupted. I don't like to sit around and talk and chit. I want to get my routine done. I want to get in there and work hard and bust my butt every time. So don't be that person. Second, if you're in a gym where you lift weights, rack them. Oh my Lord, there is nothing that drives people in a gym that lift weights more crazy, I think, than when you don't rack your weights. If you see a guy coming over and you're like, hey, if you're going to go over there and you're going to get on a machine that's got weights on it, and that's what you want, and they're finishing up, say, hey, leave them on. It's cool.
Yeah.
Only then would you leave your weights on there.
Sure.
If not, rack them.
I do calisthenics, and I've been in the gym before and saw so many, like, in areas where I was going to be maybe close to a bar or whatever, and there'd be weights on there. I wouldn't even be using them, but I would put them away. Yeah. That bothers me too.
Think about this. And here's something that maybe this is where people don't understand about the racking of your weight. Think of myself getting on the bench press, and I can put a 45 on there and a 35 and lift that just fine. Mm-hmm. And then let's say a beginner comes in, like Kim, for instance. Kim comes on. Can we use you, Kim? Thank you. Yes. Are we good to use you as an example?
Just assume yes, and then we'll apologize later. If
okay. No. If Kim was a beginner workout and she was to go in there and she wants to use the bench press, but all Kim can do is the bar.
Yeah.
You think that she's going to be able to take 2 35s off and 2 45s off? That might injure her.
Yeah.
Think of your people that are in your gym too. When it comes to racking your weights, it's easy.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
Lastly, and this is a big thing, especially with what we are going through right now with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Wipe your stuff down.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Clean your equipment. No one wants, for me, I am a sweaty guy. It doesn't matter what I do to figure this out. I sweat during my workouts. And I take 2 towels with me. I take the towel that wipes myself down, and I try to take a towel that I put on my, bench to watch my head that's sweating on the bench. For the person that goes there, like I was lifting with the Newmans the other day, and I thought, it would be nice to bring a towel over and lay it on the equipment that we were all three using.
Right.
Because they don't want, they're okay because they're a couple. They might like their sweaty, but they probably don't want my sweatiness.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody else's sweaty. I'm okay. I'm not too worried about that, but at the same time, I don't want that. Wipe your equipment down.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody that doesn't wipe their equipment down, go wipe it down for them.
Yeah.
Just be that person.
Yoga mats. If you use a yoga mat, wipe that down. That's the one thing that people neglect probably the most is they use the yoga mat and then they just roll it up and put it away. Oh, it drives me crazy. All right. Let's skip down real quick to proper attire.
Attire.
What are your thoughts for proper attire?
Okay, so proper attire, what to wear to the gym, okay? Don't come in jeans or pants. Slacks.
Yeah.
Don't come in those. Don't come in a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
You're right.
Okay.
Let me ask you this really quick question. Does it drive you crazy when guys take their shirts off?
I guess I was, all through high school, they took their shirt off and look at me. I'm muscly. To me, it doesn't bug me, I guess.
It bothers me because most of the guys that I've seen in the gym that will take their shirt off don't do a good job of cleaning the benches off.
Yeah.
That they're on.
Yeah.
They'll just clean the spot that they were sitting, but not the upper part.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, it drives me insane. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Lifting in a pair of slippers, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't come to. Here's one thing that this is something that there's two things that drive me crazy about what to wear in your attire. Somebody that comes in and is in slacks or jeans and a button-up shirt or their work, what they wear to work, and come in and try to lift.
Right.
That's I feel like you're constricting yourself to some things, and it's just it looks goofy that you're doing that.
Sure.
Don't do that. Second, don't if you're in a fast food restaurant, if you are in a in the food industry, especially fried foods, and you come in and all that grease is splattered all over your clothes, and then you start to sweat, it smells.
Yeah.
And it's bad. Bring a set of gym clothes. Again, I sweat. My wife knows, if I go to the gym and I sweat, I stink.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I try to spray Febreze all over me before I go to the gym because I think maybe Febreze will destroy the sweaty, smelly of Michael. I'm conscious about that. I don't want people to come over and go, ooh, yuck.
Yeah.
I want their experience to be okay. And I know that I sweat. And I know that when I sweat, I have a certain aroma, and I'm sorry. I try to work on that.
Yeah.
And it's just, I try to, but again, when you wear your clothes and you work in fast food and you've wore that stuff to the gym, it's nasty. It's gross. Pack a bag.
So click on Tebas here because this actually leads into my next question.
Okay.
So Teba said it's weird. I dislike so much when people wear skater shoes or street shoes instead of fitness shoes. I've seen outside of that, I've seen a number of people lifting barefoot. What is? See, I used to wear when I was
oh boom, he even goes into it even further. Check this.
Oh, Jason,
I love this one.
Yeah, get gym shoes. Wet floors from
crazy.
Snow, mud, dirt. They suck. Yeah. But on days where I wasn't running, I would wear skate shoes because I like flatter shoes.
Right.
They
talk about flat shoes. With if you go the No Bull and Reebok and powerlifting shoes, they're all flat.
Yeah.
So Teva, that would be why you see people with Converse Chucks is a huge lifting shoe that you see in the gym. Skater shoes are a big thing that you see. Not everybody wants to wear the Nike the Vans.
Those are Supras, but
Supras. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking Van.
No, it's okay.
Put your foot up in my face. I hate feet.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the take is on no shoes. I would be scared. It freaks me out because I know that my shoe that I'm wearing, like this shoe I would wear to the gym.
Sure.
But it's not going to save me from a weight, but it's still a little bit better, I think, than a barefoot. I don't know. Jason, maybe Jason can touch on why people don't wear shoes while they're lifting. I've seen that a couple times and it freaks me out. I don't know.
Jason, we need you to put together a barefoot routine. we want to get swole via barefoot workouts only.
And again, just like Jason said, get a pair of gym shoes.
Yeah.
Especially in the wintertime in Wyoming for us, there's snow, there's mud, there's salt. Yeah. And when you get in there and you're like trying to lift and you're trying to run, even like on the cardio equipment, and you like slip, like it's not fun. It's not cool. It's not good. So, do that. Just wear gym clothes. When you start to sweat, when you start to get your body temperature up and things like that, I mean, you start to release stuff. Yeah. And if you don't wear the proper attire, and we're talking proper attire for men, wear a pair of shorts or a pair of sweats and wear a t-shirt. You can wear a tank top. That's cool. Wear a t-shirt, long sleeve shirt. That would be great. Women, they're really in right now. It's the yoga pants. It's those tight pants. I've seen them all in shorts too. Hello, Christian. In our gym, they say no sports bras only. You have to wear a sports bra and a shirt or a tank top.
I left mine at home. Got him.
He did. Right. He did. So just, again, you can gym etiquette too, part of it. Yeah. Wear gym clothes. It's nice when and they're it's not expensive. It's not if you can afford to go to the gym, you can afford to go get a workout set of clothes. Some people believe natural barefoot is better. Slightly elevated heels for legs is popular with powerlifting. And you see the owners that really, after Brett McCoy and his group started that over into that gym, it was the Claughlins.
Okay.
His daughter lifts when she does deadlifts.
Yeah.
She does not wear shoes. And she's a beast. When she squats, she doesn't wear shoes.
I've seen a lot of guys wear like squeezy socks. What's the word?
Compression socks?
Thank you. Compression socks.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people wear compression socks. And I've seen like weightlifting shoes that have like the built heel in the back.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. Okay.
Nice.
I know we touched on it kind of earlier. I jumped the gun a little bit, but did you want to add anything? We have exercises, plan, routine. Is there anything you wanted to add that we didn't already talk about there?
I think, let me run to my notes real quick here. I think if you're going to do, if you have a routine and you find a routine, awesome. If you're going to start, like I looked at, I researched for the last little bit, like what are the top 5 lifts? What are the top 5 things that people do when they're lifting?
Yeah.
Squat is one of them.
Okay.
You're working your legs and your back and your gluteus maximus.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah.
Regarding proper form?
Okay.
90 or all the way to the ground?
All the way to the ground? I mean, it's like you're sitting in a chair. This is the best. So I would say 90. Is that 90?
Yeah. So I've heard the arguments that 90s are bad on your knees.
So
over time.
So now, I think a lot of times when people are doing the 90 and they're doing squats, they're up on their toes and they're leaning forward and they're not on their heels.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're doing a squat, you need to be driving back into your heels.
Okay.
You need to be if you feel like it hurts in your knees, point your feet out a little bit, make them a little bit more than shoulder width, try to be shoulder width, but point your toes out at an angle, and push your knees out. Don't keep your knees straight right there. That for me, that's always been a really good thing for me.
Yeah.
As far as squats, I've always known you sit down back in your heels, you sit down in that chair, kind of like you're an old person, sit down in that chair.
Yeah.
And then you come back up. You see a lot of people, for those of you that are listening, I'm going to kind of, like demonstrate with my hand here. You see a lot of people when they squat, they move forward.
Yeah.
And they're using their whole back to lift that whole bar.
Sure.
That is something that just, like, when I see that, I'm like, man, your back is going to hurt.
Yeah.
Like horribly. Like they sit down just a little bit, but then they move completely forward.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting their face and their head all the way down into their leg, in between their legs, and then they come up. It's like it's like a pendulum. I don't know what is. Yeah. It hurts my back watching it.
Yeah.
So I would say going all the way to the ground, no. I don't think that's I mean, if you feel like you can get to there and you're flexible enough to get there, and that's where you feel that stretch, that's where you feel that that rip, then yeah, I mean, you need to go a little bit lower. But and again, that's the other thing too, if you feel where you're supposed to be at.
Sure.
First they have what's called a Smith machine.
Yes.
And it helps you with your form. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you're on the Smith machine, you're not on a free. Well, guess what? I'm a beginner and I don't want to ruin myself.
Sure.
I want to have good form. Again, Jason's big thing, quality over quantity, you know, get a good form. So that's what I would say as far as a squat. Your next big lift is a bench press.
Yes.
That's very well known around the world. And then something that has kind of been weird to me, we did cleans when I was younger, all growing up. Was cleans. And I know deadlifts have been around for a very long time.
Sure.
But deadlifts, I mean, that's more of a scene to me that I've seen within the past 10 to 15 years, that I'm seeing more deadlifts as opposed to a clean. I think clean's still in there, depending on where you're at and what you're doing, what your routine is. But again, I didn't see deadlift all through high school. I didn't see it past 4 or 5 years after high school. I'd never seen a deadlift. I mean, it was in there, it was part of a routine, but it was not like a main staple for us lifting, which was, I mean, I wish I could have done deadlifts all going through high school. That probably would have helped my back a lot better.
Sure.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Next one that I saw that are huge is a military press. That's helping your shoulder. You're pressing up.
That's just an overhead press.
Military presses. I mean, you got that bar that you sit down in. It's like that first machine you come in there and you're pressing up on the military press, right? Or are we pushing here?
I don't know.
I did not do my homework on the military press.
I will look.
I apologize.
It's okay. It is okay.
For the viewers at home.
Yeah. So it looks like it's just a press straight up here.
Yeah. And there's different variations and forms of that. And you can do, your dumbbell presses. So those are really, I think the three main staples that you see, squat, bench, deadlift right now. And then you add the rest of all of those things in there. Routines, as far as routines go, I mean, there's a ton out there.
Yeah.
Oh man. P90X, that guy, he had a ton of things. Vinsanity, he's got some stuff. V-Shred. V-Shred's the one I'm working on right now.
Yeah. He's got good stuff.
He's got good stuff. He's intense too, which is cool. I like that. He's intense when he needs to be, and he's not.
Right.
And then everything else in between that you can find out there. I mean, you can Google a weightlifting program and it's there. The Rock has one. LL Cool J had one. I did an LL Cool J one.
The mama said knock you out.
Yeah.
Workout.
Yeah, that's it.
You just run from mama.
And as far as routines, I mean, you can have the routines where you're doing like four sets and you're doing anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, depending on what you want to do there. That's kind of anywhere from 3 to 4 sets and anywhere from 8 to 12 reps is pretty standard and pretty par.
Sure.
For anybody that you see out there that has a routine that they would give you.
Yeah.
and you're just doing your normal lifting, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I guess you could, I don't know if you count 1, 2, 3, but up, down,
Yeah.
wherever you're going. They have something that's called time under tension.
Yeah. So I want to actually talk to you about time under tension, because in the calisthenics world, we have a tempo that we follow more often than not. Right. So we have a 4-number system. We have a 4-number system that is basically the first number represents how fast we come down in seconds, right? So let's take a pull up, right? So it'd be 3 seconds down, right? And then the next number would be the pause at the bottom, so we'd be like 3, 0, and then the next number represents the concentric movement, right? So the speed that we go up, right? So that'll be X, or it'll be 1. X means as fast as we can, and then the last number is the pause at the end, right? More often than not, when I see guys lifting, they do a pretty static 1-to-1, 1 second up, 1 second down. What are your thoughts on time under tension in the weightlifting world, and that normal 1-to-1 cycle? Do you do it differently?
It's rad. No, same thing.
Yeah.
You're coming, like if we're just talk about like a press or a bench, okay, you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You kind of hold for a pause for a second, and then you're up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Or 1, 2. You're up pretty fast, and then you're coming back down 3, 4. Pause, up 1, 2.
Right.
And then you're coming. The movement here coming down is slower than the movement coming back up.
So you do follow a tempo.
Yeah, something very similar.
Yeah.
And basically, bodybuilders are getting so big because they keep their muscles under stress for longer periods of time when they're lifting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're really, the time under tension is nice because you're focusing on that muscle. You're focusing on all the way down, and you're coming right back. I mean, you're focused. That muscle is like, you're giving it a good stress. You're ripping it really nicely, and then, again, the time under tension, a lot of those routines are very quick, very fast, as far as what your rest time is in the rest period in between all of those, you're getting it done pretty fast. So where like maybe you might do like a 45 minute workout to an hour, your time under tension sometimes is a lot quicker. It might be 30 minutes.
Sure.
But you're moving a lot faster. You're burning a lot more calories, but to me, it seems like my time under tension things, I do a little less movement. I do a little less routines, but I get through my workout a little faster.
Sure.
But I'm trying to focus on a group of muscles really for time under tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've known people that have blown through, regardless if they're doing body weight or if they're doing weightlifting. I've known people that that have injured themselves and evangelize tempo-based working out, right? Emphasizing that. There's something with blowing through, that, whether it sets more, not sets, what am I saying? I feel like you're more prone to injure yourself if things aren't controlled.
Oh yeah. If you're not, if you want to optimize muscle growth, you have to have a routine, and whether that be low weight, high rep, high weight, low rep, etc. Lifting tempos, the durations of your workout, but you have to have a routine.
Yeah.
And it's got to be, whether you're doing legs, whether you're doing arms, whether you're doing chest, it's got to be pretty par. It's got to be the same, because if not, then you blow through your legs. Well, what was the point of it?
Sure.
Or if you go really slow and methodical on your chest, I mean, did you really work out anything? Did you really do anything? I mean, there's got to be a scheme to it. There's got to be a plan to it, and you need to make sure that you stick to that, because if not, you're going to run into some problems.
Yep.
And so I wrote this down too. Weightlifting isn't just about bulking up and building muscle mass. The experts say its benefits including improved posture, better sleep, gaining bone density, maintaining weight loss, boosting metabolism, lowering inflammation, and staving off chronic disease, among a laundry list of positives. I mean, there's so many things. I wanted to write that down because I kind of pieced together some things.
Sure.
There is such a benefit to weightlifting, and you can, you can lose weight as far as your fatty weight while you're lifting, doing a weightlifting routine. And you don't ever have to get on that cardio machine. I suggest you get on the cardio machine. It's still good for you.
Oh yeah.
But you can do that. You can lose a lot of weight by lifting weights.
Yes.
My wife is a good example. She did a weightlifting routine and she lost like 12 pounds.
Yeah. My wife's been doing HIIT with kettlebells. I mean, she's rocking it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of benefit to it. And I just mentioned a bunch of them, boosting your metabolism, staying fit, being able to roll around. There's a lot of benefits to weightlifting. And it's not just about getting huge. There's so many routines out there. Mental health, absolutely.
Man, I mean, to be very honest, working out is kind of my Zen place. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, working out just kind of resets me.
Think about, and here's the thing. Think about all the times you've gone to work, and you've worked all day, and it's been the most stressful day at work. Your boss is asking you for a million things to be done. You're not meeting your deadlines on some things. It's just crazy. You got to come home and you got to take care of your kids. You got to make sure that the laundry is taken care of and that they're all ready to go to their activities. And then you have to plan 30 to 40 minutes for your gym time to go in there. And you just look in the mirror and you go,
yeah,
I just don't want to.
Right.
And then you go and you're frustrated all the way to the gym, and you get in there and you're just tying your shoes, and my back hurts and I've got a headache and I'm so hungry and I don't want to be here. And I think that everybody that has been to the gym can absolutely say after they've worked out,
oh yeah,
they're so happy they went.
Yeah.
Exercise creates endorphins.
Yes.
Endorphins make you happy.
Yes.
Happy people just don't kill their husbands.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah. I don't watch those movies.
I know you don't, but you knew it was a movie. How did you know it was a movie?
I mean,
he watched it. He's lying. Liar. He knows.
Guy.
He says, I don't remember things.
Okay, let's end the podcast. I was kidding.
No, but it's.
I knew the title. I knew the title.
You knew the title.
I knew the title. Yeah, but no, it is. It is. Yeah, it's very good, and it's a confidence builder too. I mean, aside from the endorphins and all that, it's a confidence booster. I mean, I've shared stories. Michael shared stories. I mean, being in a position where you're not able to do certain moves, and after a few weeks, all of a sudden you can. You know what I mean? Like that does something to your soul. Like that does something to your heart. Like confidence wise, my buddy Josh that we interviewed last week, man. I mean, he's rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? He's lost a couple pounds. He's doing stuff that hasn't been able to do since he was a kid. And all these things. His core strengthening, his back strengthening. He's not getting winded carrying his kids down the hallway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's those little victories that it pumps up your confidence like crazy.
Last that I want to add to this whole segment that we've done on bodyweight fitness and weightlifting. And thank you to all those that have commented and helped us out through this and everybody that's been out there. There are going to be times when you go through your routines, whether it be weightlifting, whether it be calisthenics, whether it be you're training for a marathon, whether you're doing anything. There is going to come a point in time when you find a routine that you like and it's really good and you're going to the gym and you're doing things and you just don't see results.
Sure.
And when I talk about not seeing results, you haven't gained any more definition. You haven't gotten any bigger. You haven't lost any weight. You haven't gotten any. Here's the thing. You're going to find those. You're gonna run into those routines.
Yep.
You're going to have those times and those periods where you're doing those routines, and here's the thing. You're maintaining. You are still, if you weren't doing that routine, you would be gaining the weight back. You would be losing your muscle. You would be losing your cardio. All of the things that you just worked so hard for in your that routine before, you would lose all of that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna run into those times.
Yep.
Stick with it. Be confident. Know that you're in there working hard. You might not see the results you saw in the beginning or on a routine you did before, but I promise you are feeding your body for everything that you can give, and it's working.
Yep.
Again, you might not lose the weight, you might not see the muscle gain, you might not see the change in your body or the definition that you want or you didn't want. It's okay.
Yeah.
Keep pushing through it, finish it, find a different routine, move into the next one, but finish that routine, finish it. You owe yourself that.
Right.
And your body will love you for it if you do that. And that just gives you a confidence booster to go, you know what? I did it. I'm good. That one didn't work. I'm going to try a different one. And you're going to run into those. It's going to happen.
Right.
And then you're going to find one that clicks and it really works and it's going to be good. And like Jason said, after, 3 months, move to a different one.
Yeah. That's real good advice.
So
yeah,
keep it up. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast, Time Out with Michael and Tony. We are here live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We want to thank our sponsors, SeatGiant.com, Aspen Cinemas, and every one of you guys. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We're on iTunes, iHeartRadio. I'm missing one. All of them. Type in Google Time Out with Michael and Tony. You'll find us. Hushka is out there. We are almost to 2,500 listens in less than 5 months, man.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Fun. Again, a huge shout out to all of you guys that listen to us. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys like what we do. If there's something that you want us to do, send us a message. We got some really cool content coming up. We kind of wanted to do this exercise thing for March, and we have some awesome things. Yes, Kim, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Go find us there. We have merch. You can put our beards, Tony's epic beard, on there. It just helps. There is what's called patreon.com. You can go subscribe to patrons, and every month you get charged $5, $10, $20. That money goes all back into this, that, anything that helps us. Really everything that we get from the show and our sponsors goes right back into the show.
Yep.
So thank you all that have supported us. And it's awesome. Awesome.
It's good.
Wash your hands.
Yeah. Wash your dang hands.
Wash your hands.
A lot of you are dirty.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. And whatever. Stop the broadcast. Where are we going with this? Done there. Now is the awkward stage.
Oh man, where's the browser?
I'm trying.
No.
See ya.
Goodbye.